I'll put on ammo crates. I feel like we get a lot of knives.
Got my nuke.
Damn, bro.
Damn.
Oh my god. No. What the fuck?
Radioactive, bro. It's crazy.
I like to get a bunch of men together.
Okay.
Men that are the hardest of the hard. And I want to be with these men.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Playing some Black Ops 6 here today on Subsonic. A little bit of hardpoint action with the squad. A 10 stack in 10v10 mosh pit. And the nuke on top of it. I got my mod for it, or the Barrett, for those familiar. With a nuke streak here on Subsonic. Pretty good game, running with the boys. And I thought, you know, what do we talk about on this new gameplay? And I'm like, you know, I've had the 10 stack, and we played almost all night. Hours and hours lost. I don't think a single game. And what do I gain from that? Like, what can I share? And I thought, you know, let's talk about nukes. Nukes are no easy feat in the modern COD. You know, back in MW2 Classic, it was difficult at first, but let's be honest, you got your Harrier Strike. If you play the game, I realize that now people are at a certain age where people didn't play Modern Warfare 2, the classic one. It's crazy. Back in the day, children, you got Harrier Strike with 7 kills. The kill streak inflation is another thing. It was 7 kills in a row. For a Harrier Strike. Would come in airstrike, then it would fly like a little helicopter and zap people for, I think, 30 seconds. Sometimes the Harriers would get you, if you had a good airstrike, let's say a triple, and then 4 kills with the Harrier jet, that's 7 kills from the Harrier. You're now on a 14 kill streak. That gets you your chopper gunner or AC-130 at 11. Then you're on to the nuke. All those kills count towards your nuke streak. It was a different world. Now, these days, it's 30 gun kills, minus the exception of the hand cannon or war machine, but by and large, all gun kills. So how do we do that? How do we accomplish that? There are plenty of people out there that I'm sure have not yet got one. I got some friends personally who have yet to get their first nuke, and this is advice, information for everybody that either wants to get their numbers up or get their first one, or maybe just hear like, how do I do it? Yeah, I've got a few nukes lately, and you know, what do I do? What do I think would be helpful? And the first piece of advice I think is the biggest and the most critical, is teamwork. The plot of almost every Disney movie, you build a good team, success comes from within. Teamwork does in fact make the dream work. Teamwork's essential. If you have to build a team, you have to join a team, whatever it takes, it's not that hard. If you think about it, these are social games, they're designed that way. I know the friends list is a little glitchy, at least for me lately, but for the most part, it's not too hard. You either have a friends list already in existence, or you can build on it. Don't be afraid to send out a random invite to someone that you played against recently, or there's a 5 stack that did really well against you and you want to join them. The worst that could happen is they ignore it, or just say no. It's a video game. These are strangers. You'll never see them again. Nothing personal. Say, hey, can I join? Nah, we're full. All right, on to the next one. Find a good team. Assemble the squad. That's the key. You think about what a team can offer you. Communication. Hey, you know, I need you to watch my back. Hey, I need you to get to that door. Hey, can you cap B? Hey, help me cap whatever. Hey, I need ammo. I need a trophy system. Or hey, wait, hop off the objective. I need more time. That's essential to the success of a game. When you play solo, what you don't have when no one talks, you lose all that communication. You're like, oh, that guy was behind me. I had no idea. If you were in a party, they would have told you, hey, they're spawning out. Watch behind you. And also streaks, which we'll get to. You can have complementary streaks. If you're going for a nuke streak, you need your first one. Having harps up the whole game makes it almost a walk in the park, comparatively. Having a team together with a common goal, everyone's going to run the harp or at least a UAV if they're being a little ornery. That's going to help immensely on top of the calling out and the overall teamwork. Teamwork really is the underlying foundation here, and I can't stress that enough. And not only for nukes, but just for the overall fun of the game. Like I said, these are meant to be social games. You get a group of 4, 5, 6 people, maybe more if you're doing 10v10. Get in a Discord or a party chat. You just have fun. The vibe's better. People have more fun. You can share each other's celebration. You can all come together for a clutch win at the end. It just makes it more fun and really is the underlying principle of all the success of any game, whether it be a nuke streak or a high kill game or a cool comeback or clips. Teamwork's where it's at. I do encourage you, like I've been saying in a lot of these videos lately, go out there, send some invites, some messages. Don't be afraid to make new friends, and you'd be surprised where it goes. I met some pretty cool guys along the way the last several months, and I'm glad that I did. So now we're on to the next thing here, which is game mode. Quick, easy mention, domination, hardpoint, simple as that. The game modes last a little longer, the spawns are a bit more predictable, the traffic flow therefore is more predictable, and with the objective as a bit of a distraction, more or less, for the enemies. They're not as focused on going to get you if they're trying to cap a flag or cap the hardpoint, and it's also somewhere you can kind of hang out around the general area, and you know people are going to be moving towards that and not not just flanking around you out of nowhere like a TDM or a kill confirmed. I would stick with those 2 game modes. You can try others, but hardpoint and dom are my 2 nuke game modes. Now on to score streaks. I opted to do score streaks ahead of weapon selection / class or perks because I believe personally that on top of teamwork, the right score streaks are essential to nukes much more than the guns. I do think that the guns are pretty well balanced in terms of overall variety, but we'll get to that. So score streaks. The most important score streak that you see here, that I have one in my pocket, is the Harp, the Blackbird, the Orbital V-Set, the SR-71. The beauty of the Harp cannot be overstated. It's beyond helpful to not only you, but your entire team. You know, you get to spawn point location, traffic flow, size of the group moving that way. You know, is it one guy you can easily win a gunfight with? There's 3 where you got to get out of there. Not only that, but it helps your team. If your team's also running Harp, you call your Harp in, their streak now gets a lot easier. They're going to build up to their own Harp, and then once yours is gone, crap, I'm on a 15, I need more UAV. Boom, another Harp's up. And if you have a team of 6, or maybe 10 like this case, as long as your team's half decent, you're gonna get a few Harps. You might have 3, 4, 5 back-to-back Harps. And if the team is not shooting them down or putting up counters, that is almost wall hacks. I mean, let's be honest, it's 1 degree removed from wall hacks. It cannot be overstated how helpful the Harp is. So I'd say, if anything, run the Harp, there's no question. Second place would be the UAV. Quick and easy to get in the beginning. It helps get that Harp streak built, and that's really the only reason I run it, is just to get those first few kills done and help the momentum towards the Harp. And in terms of lethal kill streaks, only 2 of them count towards your nuke streak. That is the War Machine and the hand cannon. I used to run the hand cannon. I still enjoy it, but once War Machine came out, it's just too powerful, especially with the Harp up. You might see some gameplay here, maybe a little bit prior. You can kind of guess where they're going to come in and just lob grenades into the room with them with the splash damage. Don't have to risk getting your head knocked off by a sniper like you would with the hand cannon, where you got to put your whole body out there. And there's a pretty fair amount of shots with the War Machine, so I recommend that as a lethal option for the score streak. Lastly, we're going to get to guns, classes, all that stuff. That's almost too specific to cover at the end of this video, but it's really as simple as just look up the meta weapon. There's so many good options. There's ARs, LMGs, SMGs, snipers even. There's a Barrett nuke right here. You can run the Krieg C, the Model L, the Jackal, the C9, the Compact, the XMG, the DM10. There's tons of great options, tons of good builds. The weapon balance is honestly overall not too terrible in this game if you think about the variety of weapons that are viable and can get good streaks in this game. It depends on what kind of player you are. If you're an SMG player, look up some SMG meta builds. If you're an AR player, look up those builds respectively, or whatever you want to do, snipers, whichever. Find what fits, try it out, experiment, and settle in on one and go with what you believe in, what you trust. Outside of that, it just takes some practice, a little bit of faith. I do believe in you, and with these easy steps, I think that you'll find success sooner than later. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly leave a like down below. I do appreciate it. Consider subscribing. And until the next one, I will see you later. Have a good day.